manifest and reveal myself unto Moses and talk with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt and brought him up to the mount of Sinai, where I beheld him by me a long season. And I told him many wondrous things, and I showed him secrets of times.
You showed him the what?
I showed him secrets of times, and the end, and commanded him, saying, these words shall not declare, and these shall not thou hide.
So he showed him secrets of time and the end. So we definitely want to clarify because that's what we're about to go into, because that's what we have to show the separation of heaven and earth. Because it was many days before the man even known it. It was a secret. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't like everybody knew the time until he had to share with Moses. Okay, read.
And now I say unto thee, and thou lay up in the heart and signs, and I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and which such as be like thee until the time be ended.
Until what?
For the times be ended.
Okay, read.
For the world hath lost his youth.
Who hath lost his youth?
For the world has lost his youth.
Okay.
And the times begin to wax old.
So now we still into time. The world has lost its youth, and the time begins to wax old. Now he's talking to Esdras now. So we definitely must pay attention to these next few verses, because they show very significance of time to where Esdras was at during the time the Most High was talking to him. Read.
For the world hath lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts.
The world is divided into how many parts?
Into 12 parts.
Okay.
And the 10th part of it is gone already, and a half of the 10th part.
So basically, if the world, we already learned from the heavenly luminaries that parts, like that's like 12 days for the heavens, because he's signifying parts, and we know about the 18 parts from the heavens. So if the world is divided into 12 parts and 10 parts are already gone, because notice he said the world. The world, yes. Okay, and 10 parts are already gone. Wouldn't that signify that would be the 10th day,
Definitely.
That was already gone, exactly. And half of a 10 part. So this can be like the year 10,050. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it's half of a 10th part. Well, so what's 10 part? The 10th of 1,000 is what? 10%?
10% would be
10. And half of that would be 5. Yeah. So this can be like the year 10,005. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So Esdras was on the 10th part. Here, as you see, we aligned that scripture up with the 10th part. Now we know the Most High told Adam he couldn't get back in the garden until 5.5 days, which was 5,500 years. So we already know that was already going to be the 12th day, 12,000 years. Mm-hmm. But at the time he was talking to Esdras, before that time came, he said the world was already waxed old in 10 parts. He said divided into 12 parts before the end.
Exactly.
But the 10 parts is already gone.
It's already gone.
So this here will signify Esdras to be in the year 10,000. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that forth, that now we're in the 10th day, the year 10,000, where Esdras himself received prophecy directly from the Most High, signifying time. Let's go on into, finish reading that
12th verse.
Yeah, 12th verse.
And there remaineth that which is after and a half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
So he's saying, get it together.
Get
it together.
Get it together.
Read.
Let go from thy mortal thoughts. Cast away thy burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside thy thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And hast thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
So what should become weaker through age?
The world.
So, this still signifying time. We talking about the world and we talking about the age of the world. Okay.
So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Okay.
So when Ezra received this prophecy, it was the 10th day in heaven. Approximately over 10,000 years on earth has passed. Referring to get our houses in order, because at this point, there's only 2 days left. Because he said the world is divided into 12 parts. So if this was the 10th part, then that's 2 days left. And if 2 days left from Esdras was 2,000 years. And we know that in the 10th part, which we know what happened in the 10th part. Well, let me now get a little bit further. Because in the 10th part here of Esdras, in the 10th day, we also know that was during the same time which the Esau called 70 AD.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? So this is how when Esau got a hold of our records, and he said he changed time, all the way up to Esdras, the world of Israel knew that was the year 10,000. They didn't think that was the year 0, which that's what Esau did. He changed it to 0 and started it from 70 AD. Right there. Okay? So right before we was taken out, he had already told Esdras that you were at the 10th day, which we know was 10,000 years. And when Esau got a hold of our records, that's when time changed. And he thought to change time and laws. So to bring forth proof of that, if you scroll down further in your PDF, you will see that I put a paragraph that said the timeline of 4000 BC to 70 AD was created by, Dionysius Azingas in 525 AD, a Roman. After the Romans took power in 70 AD, the Most High never changed never changed from adding days to heaven and adding years to the earth. The Bible or the Hebrew language never refers to BC, which is before Christ, or AD, which stands for Anno Domini. In fact, Josephus tells you when they started changing and creating the history book, which is connected in time, they were taken from the Israelites' sacred books. So it wasn't even called the Holy Bible, which we definitely got to cover that as well. The Bible wasn't even called the Bible. Josephus always referred to it as the sacred books. Okay, I believe they started with the numbers of 4,000 on the timeline because it was a little after 4,000 years that the Most High allowed them to take power from the creation of man, which was created on the 6th day, which was 6,000 years. So if you notice, Esau, he started a timeline when man was created. He started at 4,000 BC. Well, let's see where that 4,000 BC come from. If you look into the PDF, it refers you to Wikipedia, Anno Domini. It also refers you to Dionysius Inguas. Is that saying that right? Equusis. And it also has a Bible timeline. I want to open that up. Let's find out exactly where the BC and the AD come from, because now you're going to get an understanding of the time from Daniel 7:25, where the Most High said Esau thought to change time and law. But now you're going to see how he changes from counting years all the way up to 12,000 to starting at 4,000 BC and going to 3,000 BC, 2,000 BC, 1,000, 0, then up to 70 AD. So let's see how